This is the Late Late Lunch Show with Rod Maxwell.
Supported by
Back to the Garden Childcare, where learning grows naturally.
Now on the line, I should have, fresh from having a bit of lunch with me in Altrincham, our James with Fewfin Street. James, good afternoon, how are you?
Hello, yes, good afternoon, Rob. How are you doing?
I'm very well. You know, James, it was quite different being in Alti today because, number one, it wasn't raining. And
it is now.
It is now. Oh, so it's still dry with me. But number two, we managed to actually sit down and have some food together, which we haven't done in ages, have we?
No, we didn't do it since the 14th of April last year when we celebrated the 100th episode. Since then, we've done about 23, 24, 25 odd episodes, so we've done about 123 since then.
I'm just laughing at your sense of memory because it's so much better than mine. So today we were asking people about food. And it's all linked to a taste of Altrincham, of course, which is a sort of food festival right across the town. And I guess what shocked me about this, and it's one of those topics, James, where everybody's got a view, so it's so much easier to engage people, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes everything so much easier. I think doing something people are comfortable with and something they can relate to. So that makes our job super easy, our life super easy.
Well, I think we only had one rejection, and everybody that did answer, we were able to answer in sort of like record time, weren't they?
36 minutes, we got the 6 vox pops. They actually got 7, actually.
Yeah.
And an intro and outro. And photos.
I think actually the thing that didn't surprise me, the thing that delighted me was that people do have a passion for food, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think that food is probably something that's part of everyone's everyday life. And it's something that they think about and they're conscious of and probably put a lot of time and effort into. So it's definitely something that is a great topic, really, to be honest.
And I should say that it wasn't just older people that were sharing their passion for it. There were a lot of younger teenagers, for example, who still at school, secondary school, and they were equally actually very enthusiastic about food.
Yeah, those 16 to 18-year-olds are very intelligent. They got their head switched on, and they clearly know a thing or two about food.
And it's quite nice, isn't it, when you... Because I guess, and this is one of the things that will probably come out, that it's more than just a meal, isn't it? It is a way of sharing time together, actually.
I think there's something sacred about it in the sense that we're lucky to have the food that we have, considering some people in the world aren't as lucky. And there's that, and I think there's the fact that we're able to share it with others. So I think that's nice. And you and I did that. We both enjoyed chicken katsu together. You with your chopsticks and me with my knife and fork.
I was surprised you weren't a chopsticker, James.
No one trained me.
That was at Unagi, who, by the way, have a great deal on during this Taste of Altrincham. You can get a katsu curry for 10 quid. And it was very good, actually, wasn't it?
Not bad for a tenner. Yeah. And amazing service as well, very friendly.
Really friendly. And the nice thing about katsu curry is it's not like a traditional curry in that you've got the sauce is almost a side to the fried chicken type thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've it's not like drenched in katsu sauce. You get a generous amount and you just pour it on yourself, which we did. And it
was busy in Unagi, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I think other people knew that they were doing the 10 quid deal, and it was about 60% capacity.
Well, look, I think what we'll do is we'll run the package, because otherwise we're in danger of saying too much about what people said. But I think the lovely thing is that everybody has a point of view on food, and there was definitely a certain consistency in the theme, James.
Yeah, and I also like the fact that people didn't mind that we stopped and spoke to them. Because I think the first 10 seconds is the test, really. They want to know what we want. And as soon as you say that it's food or taste of Altrincham, they're like, oh, okay, these guys have got a valid point. We'll stop for them.
You're listening to the Late Late Lunch Show with
Back to the Garden Childcare. where little explorers grow naturally.
So, good afternoon, Rod. How are you doing?
I'm good, James. I'm not too bad. It's a nice dry day today.
It is, and your I think it's your jacket is like an olive green, and it's blending into the background of M&S.
Oh well, it's not M&S, but yeah, I'll take that, James. I'll take that.
You're blending into M&S, like you're on the front cover of M&S advertising their food, but actually you're advertising the food of Altrincham today.
Well, it's the taste of Altrincham all this week. 10 days actually, started at the weekend, and it's interesting because it opens up all sorts of questions about what do people look for in food. I mean, we're very lucky here. We've got lots of different food outlets, lots of different styles of food. We can almost take it for granted. And it's taken a long time to get to that. But I mean, how do people view food? Is it fuel only? Is it a way of sharing? Is it a way of meeting people? Is it a way of discovering things?
I think food is sacred to people.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think food means a lot to people. I think people are quite passionate about their food, and I also think people are starting to eat more healthy and be more aware.
So it's interesting. Are we a nation of foodies? You know, are we? Because we always look at the French and the Italians and the Spanish, and think, oh, they have better qualities and better tastes. And actually, are we as equally big on a nation of foodies?
I think it's getting there. I think we're just slow, but I think that you get all kinds of restaurants popping up that are expensive or healthier options, more gastro.
And I think people want to meet up and share over food. The food is the facilitator, but they want to meet people.
And that's true, because I read in the Little Book of Hige, which is like a Danish author, that food brings people together across all societies. That is the common thing that brings people together, and it brings like happiness and a sense of friendship.
And if you take the market, for example, one of the lovely things about Alti Market is you sit on a bench, you sit on trestle tables, and you sit down and with people who you may not know, and sometimes conversations spark up, and the food and the atmosphere is all part of it.
Yeah, and you're the expert, Rod, at initiating small talk with people.
Yes, some people say it's a blessing, others a curse, but that's what food's about, isn't it?
Because you can crack a food joke or crack a way in and maybe strike some commonality with them.
Well, there you go. Tearing and sharing of bread, maybe, James, say.
And we need plenty of that today, because we're going to try and get some vox pops on why the taste of Altrincham is important to Altrincham. So this is exactly what Radio Alti want from us today.
Exactly. Let's go and find out.
I think you should do it.
So, good afternoon. Today on View from the Street and Radio Alti, we're asking people about the importance of food in their lives. It's a taste of Altrincham all this week. We're celebrating food. How important is food to you? Is it just fuel, or is it a way of coming together and celebrating things?
I think it's like a way of connecting like different cultures, and it's kind of like a social thing as well, like to have like bring different people and can like unite with food, because like everyone needs food at the end of the day. So it's like it's a way to like put our differences aside and just come together and you know.
And can I ask, do you cook at all?
I do cook a little bit, yeah. I help my mum around like in the house cooking like food, Indian food, because I'm Indian, yeah. And yeah, I cook a bit for fun as well sometimes, but yeah.
So it's a family affair. It's a celebration, really.
Yes, yeah.
Cool, that's great. Thank you very much indeed.
You're listening to the Late Late Lunch Show with
Back to the Garden Childcare, where little explorers grow naturally.
So, good afternoon, sir. Today on View from the Street and Radio Alti, with it being the week of Taste of Altrincham, a food celebration of food, we're asking people, what does food mean to them? What is it for you? Is it a way of coming together, or is it purely just fuel and something you need to survive?
It's a bit of both. I mean, I went out yesterday with my family, but that was to Lim, but for a meal, my daughters and everything, you know, a family occasion.
Right.
And me and my wife will come out for a meal. But we have been in Altrincham, the Lebanese restaurant.
Ah.
Yeah.
Do you like trying cuisines from different places?
I'm mostly Mediterranean and Turkish, Lebanese, and you know that sort of stuff. But I'm not into curries and things. The wife she'll have all the spice and everything.
I mean, it's quite amazing that how it's changed now, because a few years ago it would have been you went for Chinese, you went for an Indian, you went for a pizza. Now, as you say, we've got all these different Mediterranean, Lebanese restaurants. It's quite incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I went to the Thai one because the missus likes Thai just up the road.
Yes.
There. Is it Nan Prick?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't usually do spicy stuff and that, but I enjoyed it. I got this chicken and forget what it was, but the missus loves it because you can have all the chilies and things, you know.
We're very lucky around here, aren't we?
Not too bad, we're not too bad.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah,
That's very good.
that'll be £5, sir.
Good afternoon, man, and welcome to View from the Street with me, James Spencer, and Rob Maxwell. So today we're doing Taste of Altrincham. So just wanted to know from you, how important is food for you in your life?
Food's very important. I love my food. Yes, I love to eat out. I think food's important. I think it's very sociable. Yeah, to go out and eat and drink. Yeah.
And how have we become more adventurous and more picky about what we eat, do you think, these days?
I think we probably have. Yes. I think we tend to be more, like I say, adventurous in our food. We've got lots of varieties now everywhere. All sorts of, any sort of type of food you want to eat, you can get hold of. Yeah, I think it's which is really good in Altrincham. Yes.
Yeah. And do you think it's affordable for people to do this, or do you think it maybe, because it's not as expensive, do you think it's encouraging people maybe to eat out when they're maybe not so used to eating out?
I think it has gone up in price really, but I think again that's probably down to people's rates and things going up and gas and electric. I think they've had to put the prices up really. But I think if you find the right place, you tend to stick to it, and you don't really bother if the prices are going up slightly.
And do you cook at home much?
I do cook at home, yes. Cook from scratch.
Do you?
I do, yes. Yeah, I don't use anything processed. I believe in eating healthily.
We definitely have become a nation of foodies, haven't we? Not just going out, but also cooking at home.
Oh yes, exactly, definitely. Yeah, I love to cook at home. Yeah, and I think, let's say, especially the young ones nowadays. I've got young children, well, not young children, sort of in the late 20s, early 30s, and they're very careful what they eat. They don't eat rubbish. Yeah. They wouldn't. They're not McDonald's people. They like to, again, like myself, like to cook from scratch, which I think is really good.
We're almost like the French, aren't we?
Yeah, I would like to think so. Yeah.
I think we can. We could do all right there, can't we?
I think we can. Yeah. I do think the young ones. There is a lot of young ones that eat rubbish, which is not good, but there's always too many McDonald's and KFCs on the high street, and they'll use them. Convenience.
When you think back to the 80s and 90s and what we were eating, sometimes you think, we have really changed, haven't we?
We have, absolutely. Yeah, lots of, let's say, lots of very tasty food, losing lots of garlic, lots of herbs and spices. I think everybody uses a lot in the food nowadays.
And if you could only have one type of food for the rest of your life, what would you have?
It'd be Italian.
Oh, me too.
Yes, I love my Italian food. Yes.
Yeah, it's such a variety of different things, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and just that, again, it's the freshness. It's what they use in the food, or the less they use in the food, they don't fill it with rubbish. Yeah. You get them very natural food. Yeah.
And they're passionate about food.
They are very passionate about food. Yes, yeah,
wonderful.
They are. Yeah.
You're listening to the Late Lunch Show with
Back to the Garden Childcare, where little explorers grow naturally.
So good afternoon, guys. Today on View from the Street, with it being Taste of Altrincham this week, we're asking people what food means to you. And you mentioned about having young kids and food. Yeah. I mean, do you take the approach of trying different things with them to open up their taste buds, or how easy is it to get them to do it?
It is quite difficult, to be fair, but what I usually find is with my son, because he's only 4, if it's on my plate, he'll try it. If it's on his own plate, he won't touch it.
They're a nightmare like that, aren't they?
Yeah, likes to eat my dinner, not his own.
But that's one way they can try different tastes, though, isn't it?
He'll try anything if I'm eating it. He tried to take a prawn cracker to bed last week, so...
And do you is food an important part of the family life then for you?
Yeah, certainly. Like my husband, he's very healthy, so he likes healthy food, so it's important to try and get the kids in the same sort of method.
And as a nation, do you think we've got better at being more knowledgeable about food?
I think as adults we have, but I don't think as youngsters they have. I think a lot of the advertising is geared around fast food, but as you get older you start to realise the importance of a balanced meal real healthy food and things like that.
It's the joy of age, isn't it?
It is,
You
yeah.
start to realise these things.
Yeah, and and I'm nearly 70, but you just feel as if I wish I'd have known this when I was younger.
Well, you must have eaten well because you don't look 70 at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't eat well.
But you do now.
I do now,
I can
yeah.
ask you, if you had your choice of one type of food for the rest of your life, like Chinese, Italian, English, British, what would you pick?
Thai.
Thai.
Food.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And why is that?
I just enjoy it. It doesn't overfill you. You get lots of vegetables and protein in it. I just think it's got lots of flavour. I just love Thai food. Yeah.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. You have a
Thank you.
good rest of your day.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to View from the Street. Me, James Spencer, and Rob Maxwell. And today we're doing the Taste of Altrincham. So, just wanted to know from you, how important is food for you?
I think food is a great way to promote connectivity within your family, within your friends. It's a great place for you to share moments, great memories. But I think one of the big things is food creates a quite strong attachment to your life. So you end up almost living your life circled around food. So the second you take food out of your life suddenly drastically changes. You don't really know what to do. There's big gaps in your day. I think the addiction to food creates big issues in that sense. It feels like you're not leading your life, it's food's leading yours.
And do you eat healthily and do you cook?
Yeah, I cook my own meals, I do my own groceries, and yeah, I don't eat any over-processed foods, and I try to avoid, most Tito's and things like that.
That's amazing. You must be ahead of your time, because that's impressive. And are you motivated then by food and maybe the healthiness of certain foods?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my brother's big on health, so he's definitely inspired me quite a bit. But yeah, I think the goal is to eat as healthy as I can.
Yeah. And what about you, sir?
For me, food is a bit more like a way to express culture. It's like a sense of identity. What kind of foods you enjoy then helps you build relationships with people that also enjoy those kind of foods as well. So in that sense, it's very fundamental to each person's identity and how they see the world. That's just how I see it.
And do you think as a nation Britain is a bit more adventurous now in what they eat, the people, or do you think actually we are more knowledgeable about what we're putting in our bodies?
I think in the sense of there's a lot more varieties of foods you can have now compared to maybe 50 years ago. Like everywhere you go, there's different kind of cuisines around every corner, every street. So in that sense, we can explore different cultures just through each street. Like walking down a street, you can experience like hundreds of different cultures. So in that sense, I think we have kind of advanced in that sense, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Good answer. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers, guys.
You're listening to the Late Late Lunch Show with
Back to the Garden Childcare, where little explorers grow naturally.
So good afternoon. Today on View from the Street on Radio Alti, we're asking people in Altrincham what food means to them. Now you say your family's invested in food. They got a food business.
Yeah, they've got a fish and chip shop, the New Dawn.
The New Dawn. Oh, that's just up the road, isn't it?
Yeah.
So is food important? It's important to your family, but it's important to you overall.
Yeah, definitely. I think it especially fish and chips, is like a thing that's been in English history for ages. So it's definitely important, yeah.
And actually, fish and chips is very nutritious, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Right. And you must enjoy a good fish and chips then?
Yeah, I do, 100%.
I do too, I have to say. Right, that's wonderful. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
So today on Radio Alti, we're asking people on View from the Street what food means to them. It's now lunchtime. What does food mean to you?
For me at the moment, because I'm a breastfeeding mom, food for me means fuel. Food for me means nutrients that I can then pass onto my baby as well. So it's very important for me at the moment.
So do you find yourself being very motivated around mealtime, then making sure that you're fueling up because you're passing it on to your baby?
Exactly, yeah. And I'm trying to eat as healthy as I can, but those cravings are just coming in all the time.
It must be a nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
But do you feel like there's a real relationship between the food you're eating and how well your baby's doing, because you are breastfeeding?
Yes, the baby's doing very well. We're very happy with his weight, so I must be doing things right.
Well, he looks very well, actually.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was a great answer. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay, Rod, how did you find that?
I thought it was actually one of the best that we've done, James, because everybody has a view on food, and even if it's just because they need it to survive, or they use it to for their own development, energy and nutrition, or they're bringing people together, then everybody has a point of view on it.
It is a great topic because lots of people in some way or form are passionate about food and have some sort of interest in it.
Yeah, and in Altrincham we are so very lucky that we have such a breadth and depth of food styles and types, and even to a degree price points, because it's becoming more and more expensive to eat out, and we have to recognise that it's a luxury in a lot of ways, but then producing something from home can actually cost very little at times, and the art of making food and bringing people together can be very powerful.
And I think there's motivation and knowledge behind it, because you need to know these recipes in order to want to cook them. So whether that is learning how to make chickpeas, whether that is to do the recipe you made for me, the chicken risotto, that was really nice.
Yeah.
And I can make a chili con carne. So it's about putting that time and effort into it, and then you've got the meal prep for the rest of the week. So there is a lot of motivation behind it, but there's also knowledge behind it too.
But I think it's almost just about trying and doing it, and a bit of authenticity about it, because it doesn't have to be the most sophisticated food for people to enjoy. I think if you're by just making something for somebody and bringing them together, that's a really strong. There's a strong relationship there, almost.
Yeah, and there's almost like a sense of gratitude, or even being in awe of that person, because I never even liked mushrooms for 30 years, and then you made me think maybe I actually like them, so you made me question my own reality.
Well, I didn't like mushrooms until I went to university, and then necessity meant that I had to have them, and actually I did. But I think I don't think we as a country sometimes realise just how much we have progressed in our food tastes, or how adventurous we are. I think we're very adventurous as a nation. I mean, that gentleman was talking about was it Moroccan, and he was, and that actually was a bit of a surprise to me. But we are very adventurous, and I think this country has definitely can call itself a nation of foodies, really.
A foodie nation.
A foodie nation.
And we're curious about food.
I think we are. And that's a really, really positive thing, because it means you're curious about cultures as well.
Yeah, and there's a mental effect as well, because I find that if I'm like, I can't be bothered to make some broccoli or carrots with this chicken and rice, but then when I've added it and I've steamed them, I'm like, okay, achievement unlocked, I actually did the veggies, and they taste nice as well. And I think the other thing is your mental effect. If you have junk food, like let's say a takeaway pizza or whatever, you don't feel very good the next day, but if you have healthy food, then you're more clear in your mind.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to ask you back in the studio when we do our link how your food tastes have actually changed as well.
And we're going for food today for lunch, aren't we? We're actually taking part in the Taste of Altrincham.
We are going to go. Where are we going, by the way?
I think we're going to Unagi for a katsu chicken and rice.
And it's there's like a bargain price of a tenner. That's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, let's do it, Rod.
Right, let's go for eat.
What are we waiting for? Let's do it.
Right, let's go.
You're listening to the Late Late Lunch Show with
Back to the Garden Childcare, where little explorers grow naturally.
It's funny how food is something that can bring people together. They feel comfortable talking about it as well. It was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you're always onto a winner if you're going to do something like food. I think it's probably, along with football, both Fs, football and food, or food and footy, I think is a winner. Yeah.
But the interesting thing for me is, and we mentioned it in the package, that for a long time you wouldn't have associated this country with being a particularly foodie nation. I mean, obviously we needed food to live, but it does seem like we have massively upped our game when it comes to the sophistication in what we demand, our knowledge of food, our taste of food. That seems, and that came through in the package, I think, today.
It did. I was thinking, actually, listening this past hour, that we had 6 different box spots, which is perfect. You have the the mother who wants to eat healthily for her child that she's breastfeeding. Then you've got someone who's 70 who wants to eat healthily for their own longevity. And then you have a 16, 17-year-old who also wants to eat healthy like his brother. So you have a nice variety there.
A nice variety, but with a common theme, really.
The people are interested in food.
People are.
And it makes me wonder, what are your favourite cuisines?
I mean, I mentioned in the package, I do like Italian, because I find with Italian there's such a range of different types of food. You know, you can have risotto, you can have pasta, you can have pizza, you can have, more of a traditional like steak type thing, but in an Italian style. I really like that. I also, I like simple Italian desserts like, ice cream with an espresso over the top.
No,
it's something else actually, but just with a single scoop of ice cream, you pour an espresso over the top. I forget what it's called. It's not an affogato, I can't remember. But anyway, I've been a big, but at the same time, when we were out in Vietnam, I think it was last year, we went to. I remember there was one point where we were on the tour of Hanoi. And on the tour, they were stopping at a restaurant, and we stopped at this outside a restaurant, and it looked like any sort of restaurant you would find in Europe. You know, it looked like sophisticated. The seating was all very nice, and I thought, I said to the tour guide, "Are we eating here?" And he went, "No." He said, "We're eating round the back," and we went round the back, and literally it was like a shanty town. It was a place with corrugated metal work over the top for the roof, and we sat on little plastic chairs that almost felt like children's chairs, but we had the most wonderful Vietnamese pho, it's called. It's like noodle soup. It was unbelievable. But if you had told me that's where we were eating and I had a choice, I probably wouldn't have done it, you know? And then there was something really sort of, I don't know, honest and traditional and yummy about that dish, you know?
I think that, from what I've heard, Thailand and Vietnam have really good food and for really good prices. Something like for less than £1, you can get a lot of food.
Yeah, and again, it's about what we were talking about. It's about families coming together. It's almost also, I think, about passing down recipes. It's part of that tradition and culture, which I do think that, you know, Western society lost for a long time because food became about convenience, you know, microwave meals, etc., and almost we lost the traditions of enjoying food for the moment, rather than just seeing it as being fuel. But I think we have gone back to. I actually do think we've gone back to appreciating food for what it stands for, really.
Yeah, and I don't think you asked me, but my favorite is it's fine. My favorite is Thai food, as you heard from the package. I do like Thai food. Like I like a masman curry, the one with chicken and potato. And I've tried that one in Thailand, not the one in Thailand, the one in Altrincham. It's pretty good actually. That one near Sainsbury's is good.
Oh yes, I forget what it's called. Okay.
Near Spoons, right next to Spoons. That's good. That one. Yeah. So no meat something. That's good. And then I like Mexican food. So I like things like tacos, fajitas, quesadillas. I'm obsessed with that. So that will be there. Pizza, obviously. So those are my favourite.
Don't forget, you can listen to View from Street now on podcast, wherever you get your podcast from, and also you can hear back on Mixcloud. James, speak to you soon.
You're listening to the Late Late Lunch Show with
Back to the Garden Childcare, where little explorers grow naturally.